everyone, I'm Colleen with Awaken Catholic, and this is Awaken the Saint. Born in 291, Agnes was raised in a devout Christian household. Her family was wealthy, and she herself was said to have possessed great beauty. Because of this, she had many suitors who were constantly vying for her affection and offering her their hands in marriage. But Agnes's heart was already spoken for. She had made a personal vow to God to remain a virgin, and so whenever a young man asked to marry her, she would simply reply, "Jesus Christ is my only spouse." Her purity and devotion to God, however, began to offend some of the young men who sought her for her beauty. One such young man was the governor's son. He became so angry when she refused him, even after he offered her lavish gifts and promises of grandeur, that he accused her of Christianity before his father, the governor. His father offered her more rich gifts if she would just deny her faith in God, but she heartily refused because her heavenly spouse was more resplendent than anything the governor could offer her. In an effort to change her mind, he had her put in chains, but her face only shone more brightly with joy. So as punishment, he had her dragged naked through the streets and then sent to a brothel. One legend states that as she prayed, her hair spontaneously grew so long that it covered her entire body, and when she was placed into the brothel, an angel struck blind any man who attempted to touch her. Another legend tells us that the son of the prefect was struck dead for attempting to take advantage of her, but she prayed over him and he was revived. This event resulted in her release, and the prefect recused himself from presiding over her case. Another leader stepped in and pronounced the death sentence over her. The people of Rome thought it was a crime for someone so beautiful to die, and they tried to convince her to save herself. But she paid no attention to their pleas. Instead, she responded by saying, "I would only offend my spouse if I were to try to please you. He chose me first, and he shall have me." Taken to the stadium, she was bound to the stake, but the wood around her would not burn, and the flames that did start parted away from her body so that she was unharmed. It was then that the officer in charge took it upon himself to draw his sword and with a stroke beheaded the beautiful young maiden. She was only 12 or 13 years old. Agnes today is venerated as the patron saint of young girls, chastity, and rape survivors. St. Agnes' story reminds me of 1 Corinthians 1:18, where it says that the message of the crucifixion is insanity to the lost, but to those of us who have life, it is the power of God. The world prizes the things that are of the world, such as wealth, fame, and in the case of St. Agnes, physical beauty. To those focused on this temporal life, the message of Jesus Christ looks crazy, but we are not meant to worry about making the world love us. If our focus is truly on the things of heaven, then we should have the mindset of St. Agnes, who was more concerned with offending God than with offending men. St. Agnes, pray for us.
Thank you for tuning in to Awaken the Saint. Awaken the Saint is a 3-minute daily show that unpacks the lives of the saints with practical messages for everyday life.